In a world where conflict has silenced playgrounds and broken routines, there is one language that still unites hearts: football.
This is real. This is a proposal by FIFA and the Board of Peace. This is insane. It feels to me like something out of a dystopian movie. I just want you to understand that it is utterly despicable. It is vile that this was used, as tone deaf as it is, this was used to portray football as a potential alleviator of the trauma of being bombed for 2.5 years, witnessing, seeing children dismembered, your family members, your loved ones being eradicated, vaporized by bombardment, shot by snipers, shot by drones. Like, what the fuck is FIFA doing here, right? Why are they even involved in the rebuilding of Gaza? Why are they even party to something like this? It just does not make sense, and it shows you that the reason they did not ban Israel from competing in global tournaments or soccer tournaments, football tournaments, like the way they did with Russia, is because FIFA is obviously in bed with Israel, like a lot of people are, like a lot of our world leaders are, like a lot of corporations and global institutions are. And not just in bed with, I'd say led by, owned by, monopolized by.
A simple ball, a shared field, a reason to believe again.
A simple ball, a shared field, a reason to believe again. Forget about that time we dropped thousands of tons of bombs on your babies and your toddlers and sent their body parts away from their bodies in the most graphic, violent, mass murdering campaign since World War II. Forget about that. Here's a ball.
Today, FIFA and the Board of Peace come together to turn football into a bridge toward peace, dignity, and hope.
FIFA and the Board of Peace want to turn football into a bridge towards peace, dignity, and hope. This after committing the most undignified assailment of human rights in modern history. Okay, FIFA, bring that peace, right? Throw Ronaldo up on screen there. Maybe he can help all those children that are limbless now forget their PTSD.
Through this partnership, a complete football ecosystem will be created.
Through this partnership, FIFA and the Board of Peace, what kind of sense does that make? A football association with a peace enterprise? Where is everybody who has expertise in humanitarian law, in the sociology of societies, oh my God. I am so dumbfounded by this. Like, there should be economic experts, there should be scientists, there should be all sorts of different organizations which have the credentials to be on and driving a peace initiative. But no, it's some billionaires, a orange president, Israel, and FIFA. And what the fuck is a football ecosystem? What is that? A football ecosystem? Okay, so you killed 60,000 children. You create this clearly false board of peace, right? It's fraudulent. You couldn't conclude anything else from just observing what the board of peace does and how it was set up, right? And who's on it, and how much it costs to get on it, because it's actually a pay-to-play situation, right? You know, like Kim Jong, that motherfucker can just pay $1 billion and he's on the board of peace. Anyone who pays, because where does that money go? Where does it go? Does it go to rebuild Gaza? No, it goes into the pockets of all the billionaires involved in its creation. And, oh, this is Orwellian. This is fucking Orwellian, isn't it? Oh my God. You know that famous quote? Peace is war, war is peace. We are witnessing, like, hell enveloping the world. And that, to me, doesn't even do how evil this is any justice. I think this is worse than I can literally put into words. Way worse. Jesus fucking Christ. The Board of Peace, whose primary members committed the worst atrocity against children since World War II, and who are instigating wars all across the Middle East. For oil, for resources, for billionaires to continue to profit and continue to become ultra wealthy at the expense of everybody else in the world. And they are clearly showing you their cards. They intend to create a city which the sole function of is to fatten and deepen the pockets of all the elites involved in the destruction of the very place they intend to build this super city of profit that will not benefit a single Palestinian. That's if Palestinians are even still there, which I very much doubt. I am just really kind of being hit with it right now as I rewatch that video to try and talk about it with you. It is. It's hard to take. It's hard to take. It's hard to watch the absurdity of that, and the gall of the people who created it and who devised this entire exterminating project against the civilians in Gaza, who now wish to build upon their bones. I mean, it's just so fucking utterly... It's making my very fucking skeleton shudder.
Through this partnership, a complete football ecosystem will be created.
Pay attention to the imagery as well. I mean, they used a child walking into a football pitch, into a beam of light. If that's not an image to elicit the concept of a child entering heaven, right? I mean that is, I don't know who made that prompt, but that is so utterly creepy, right? The primary victim of Israel's onslaught in Gaza were children. And so they're trying to manipulate the mind of the viewer to sort of, I don't know, forgive that. They're trying to elicit the sense that, a sense of forgiveness. Like, I can't express it, I can't explain it, but it feels to me like what they're saying is once we build these football pitches, children will enter heaven, right? It's going to be heaven for these kids. It's going to be amazing. That is, of course, if the Palestinian children are actually allowed to enter these football pitches under the apartheid system in Israel, right? And Gaza and Palestine. I can't really find the words to express just how insidious that imagery is. It's utterly fucking despicable. A child. And then there's like another image where it's like 3 kids looking out onto a football pitch and they're all holding each other. And we know visually that is to sort of squash the idea or the image of the children who are massacred. The videos we've all seen of little babies and toddlers with their bones showing and their heads decapitated, right? They're trying to cover that image, the real life image, with this AI generated slop, right? Of children being delighted as though they're in some sort of heavenly place now, which, you know, if you believe that way, Israel has sent lots of children to literal heaven, if it exists, right? But they're trying to give you that imagery now of, wait and you see, we're going to fix Gaza in our image. It's going to be like heaven. It's, oh my God, I can't, look, the audacity of these people, the evil in it, the insanity. It's so hard to encapsulate with just words, right? It's just, they're just fine with showing kids playing in rubble, as if the juxtaposition between the kids playing in the rubble and then the glorious visual of the pitches they're planning to build is going to like be easy to reconcile in your brain. Like they are so tone deaf. They don't understand what they've done here. They are not aware of how this looks, or they are and they just don't care because they know they will get to do it. They know that they have the support of millions of fucking morons who are backing this shit. Like they know how dumb they've made you all. That they're aware that it doesn't matter what they say anymore or do anymore. They can just present it to you as if it's some sort of, you know, PowerPoint presentation with good intentions at the surface, you know. And you're just going to buy it. You're just going to buy it because they said it. Someone like me, when I watch that video, I see what it is. I know what it is, right? Anyone with a fucking heart and one of those with more than 2 brain cells in it knows that it's just sheer evil. And they've made this AI video to present as a proposal with the explicit goal of making a city they can completely and utterly utilize as a constant profit machine for Western billionaires, including Trump, right? Because he knows if he's not going to, you know, find a way to usurp the term limit law, then he's out in 2028, and he needs a constant stream of billions, doesn't he? So he created this board of peace. It's the most obvious but weirdly uncontested con job in human history. And they're presenting this to you like it's just some big nice thing that they're doing for the people they've killed. The irony, the absurdity, it's so preposterous. It's so utterly insane. Like, I'm watching it and I'm getting so furious. The imagery is despicable. Children playing in rubble, then juxtaposed against, you know, children playing in these glorious looking pitches, drenched in light as if they're in some sort of heavenscape. And then it's like, oh my God, it's pure propaganda. I mean, this is propaganda 101. If you have consumed that media and view it as anything but propaganda, you are fucking dumb. You are absolutely despicable. You are one of the people they rely on to manufacture consent through, right? For these despicable war crimes, these crimes against humanity, and this evil of systematically abusing children with carpet bombing and constant terror. And then obviously ethnic cleansing and forced displacement, same thing I suppose. And then, you know, Holocaust, extermination. This is beyond what I ever thought possible growing up. I never thought I'd see such evil. I never thought, as the world progressed and I was getting older, that I would ever be exposed to such blatant, insane evil.
To turn football into a bridge toward peace, dignity, and hope. Through this partnership, a complete football ecosystem will be created. FIFA and the Board of Peace will build football pitches, FIFA arenas, academies, and stadiums.
What is this Board of Peace? I mean, the two fucking leaders, basically, of the Board of Peace, the primary members, Netanyahu and the orange buffoon, those two guys are the primary facilitators of the mass death and destruction which Gaza has endured. How can the Board of Peace be the lead facilitators of the reconstruction of a place they destroyed? Not to mention the fact that they're instigating wars across the region as we speak.
This initiative will support the creation of leagues at youth, amateur, and regional level, strengthening community engagement both on and off the pitch. It will also generate diverse professional opportunities, supporting the development of local talent not only on the field, but across all areas that bring football to life. Football does more than create players and coaches. It rebuilds confidence, restores routine.
Football rebuilds confidence, restores routine. Are they trying to say that they can reintegrate the displaced and the abused children of Gaza by playing sports? Do they not know that Israel has created the most child amputees of all other nations? That's not even me just like picking something out of the air. That's a true fact, right? There are more child amputees in Gaza because of Israel and their bombardment than there is anywhere else in the world. So when these kids return to play football with FIFA, right, or go to these FIFA academies, most of them will have one leg, one arm. Some will have no legs. Some will have no arms. And what are they going to do about the children who've lost all their siblings and their parents? Are they going to open an orphanage at each one of those pitches to provide for the children whose parents they've killed? Whose entire families they've dissolved into dust? Are they going to do that for all those kids? I doubt it.
Reopens doors to education, teamwork, and belonging. Local communities take the lead. Parents, teachers, volunteers, youth leaders, all becoming part of a shared mission to heal, to rebuild, to move forward together.
To heal and to rebuild. Why? What happened there? What happened? Was it just blown to pieces by some phantom killer? Was it just destroyed by some unknown, mysterious agitator or rogue element? Why do they need to heal? Why do you need to rebuild? What happened there? Could it be that maybe somebody from the Board of Peace leveled the city, razed it to the ground, eradicated entire bloodlines? Could that be why they need to heal?
Around every pitch, new emotions and long-lasting memories emerge.
Around every pitch, new emotions and long-lasting memories emerge. You think a child scoring a goal is going to overshadow the memory of watching his little baby sister bleed out, stuck in the rubble, with rocks squashing her head? You think that's going to happen? You think a little boy from Gaza is going to play some football and win the league with his teammates, right? And forget that he saw his dad, his baby brother, his older brother, carried in plastic bags, piece by piece, to a hospital, like filled with other children and other adults in exactly the same state, or children who survived that are now limbless, all screaming and crying while bombs still fell, terror still reigned, people still ran, there was chaos everywhere. They're going to forget that, are they? By kicking a few footballs around. FIFA, Did you guys think at all about what you were doing when you made this video? Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
community matches, fan gatherings, youth education, and sport programs. New job opportunities appear to become coaches, players, sport doctors, administrators, events organizers.
You can become youth leaders, players, you can become teachers, you can become doctors. Well, funny enough, we know that Israel likes to kill all those people from those professions with like ecstatic resolve. I mean, they don't care what you do. They want to kill you once you're Arab. And FIFA wants us to believe that Israel wants this for people in Gaza after virtually eradicating all the people who were doctors, teachers, youth workers. I cannot believe what I'm fucking seeing. I can't anymore. I'm going crazy. Like I'm going crazy, man. This is pathetic. This is utterly pathetic to watch people buy this shit and swallow this up. It is so obvious what's happening here. I'm heartbroken watching it because it's so despicable. And the reality of why this video exists is obviously right here in the back of my mind while I'm trying to do this video for you. And it's sad to think that this is what the world looks like now.
We will create football ecosystem with thousands of people to be involved and engaged constantly. Together, FIFA and the Board of Peace will build in Gaza 50 FIFA arena mini pitches.
I just can't understand why FIFA and the Board of Peace are involved in this project and why they are so tone deaf in this advert, whatever it is, this proposal, which they generated using AI to present to their shareholders, right? And to the world. I mean, they released this publicly. They want us to believe that they're going to do this for the Palestinians, that they're going to make everything okay by giving them football pitches. That's real. Like, that's not a joke. I'm not riffing here. That's real. They are trying to present this as somehow good for the Palestinians when really it's a tourism attraction which they seek to build over the bones of children in order to profit. I mean, that is literally the primary motive. They have just committed a Holocaust, an extermination of human beings, primarily women and children, and now they are using the lands which they destroyed as a way to profit from tourism. And no doubt they will move the Palestinians to this little district where they cannot infringe upon their once owned land, right? And instead you'll see Jewish people settled there, right? And there will be this sort of tech metropolis built upon the bones of all these people they've killed, all these children they've killed. And basically, they will be owned and operated by billionaires like Trump and Elon Musk and fucking Peter Thiel and the guy who owns Palantir, I can't remember his name. All these people will have companies there, which will be also a tax haven, right, for these corporations, which will have HQs on top of the bones of the people they holocausted. And then they will also have, multiple tourist sites, like lots of fucking hotels, beachfront resorts, all this shit, all on the top of the bones of dead children. And this is so obviously at this point in time a land grab and a effort to build some sort of super city which the West controls and owns and operates via their corporatocracy. It is so insane. It is so utterly insane.
Together, FIFA and the Board of Peace will build in Gaza 50 FIFA arena mini pitches.
Together with the Board of Peace, FIFA is going to build 50 mini pitches for children, right? Okay. When? Because they need food now. They need houses now. They need water now. Babies need formula now. Right? They don't need football pitches in 5 years. They don't need football pitches or a big football league or a football academy in 10 years. They need water, food, medical supplies, right? Baby formula right fucking now.
With a cost of around $50,000 per unit. This represents a $2.5 million investment.
Right there is the key word, investment. This is what they're doing. They're trying to draw in investors. This is a fucking money racket. This is fraud on a scale nobody's ever seen ever in the history of fucking humankind. They committed a Holocaust, virtually are getting away with it, right? Maybe not in the court of public opinion, but they are getting away with it. They are building football pitches via the Board of Peace, for some reason, on top of child corpses, thousands and thousands of child corpses. And they seek to make a tourist attraction out of the city of Gaza where they committed this Holocaust. We cannot. Oh my God. I am getting so fucking pissed off and emotional thinking about the scale of evil here and the horror of it that had to be done for them to get their fucking moolah, right? To make money. This is so evil.
5 full-size pitches in 5 different districts at around $1 million per pitch. A FIFA academy with an estimated investment of $15 million. And a national stadium for 20,000 to 25,000 spectators, valued at around $50 million.
What that means is the people of Gaza will no longer own their region. They will no longer be privy to any say in how their nation is conducted. Instead, we will fill your nation with tourists who we can extort money from, right? Basically, they're going to charge extortionate prices so you can go see Ronaldo play or whoever the fuck want to play in these kinds of pitches. I mean, if this wasn't boycotted en masse by every team in every competition, I would be very surprised. Actually, I wouldn't be fucking surprised. Because money talks and people aren't reliable anymore in terms of morality and decency and humanity and kindness and compassion and empathy, right? So yeah, of course, plenty of teams will still play in these pitches and top the bones of little children who were killed by Israel and the USA. But that's what they're saying here, okay? What they're really saying though is we're going to flood these pitches with tourists. We're going to flood this city with tourists so we can make that moolah.
These investments will create a complete football ecosystem designed to support communities and future generations.
Future generations. With a picture of a little kid, a little baby, and his foot on a football. This is presented to you like football will save the lives of the children already killed or make the world forgive Israel for the children they've already killed if they get to go to a football match in Gaza and watch Ronaldo play. They've actually tried to present this to you in that way. Like, I know we did this big evil thing, but hey, come over here. Give us some money. Sit down. You can go to the beach maybe later after the match. But here, look, Ronaldo. Big football game. The spectacle. The circus. Ooh, this is like a... yeah, I'm struggling with this one. I've seen some fucking pretty disturbing propaganda, some pretty heinous shit, obviously, over this last while. You know, with Iran now and then the thing that happened in Gaza over this last 2.5 years, watching children suffer and die the way they did under Israel's evil bombardment and supremacism, and then to watch them basically admit that this was all just for some real estate to build a tourist economy and make a lot of money. I mean, this is so on the nose so utterly obvious. And the people who aren't mad about this, the people who are buying it, I can't think of a punishment befitting you enough other than complete and utter extinction. I honestly believe that were you 6 feet under the ground and no longer breathing, it would be better for humanity, just in general. Because this is sick. This is so sick. So utterly vile and sick. Football cannot save the world. Football cannot heal the wounds of 2.5 years of post-traumatic stress, watching your father, your mother, your siblings bleed out and die in front of you under rubble, under masses and masses and masses of rubble and debris. It's just so tone deaf. It's just so utterly evil and vile. This is corporate hegemony taken to the maximum of evil that there could be. Right? We're watching these people consolidate their efforts, their billions, to reframe a Holocaust via a football association as if it were somehow a healing property of genocide. I cannot fucking understand how these people are allowed to operate this way anymore. I cannot understand how they can get away with this. I cannot fathom how we've become so docile, so subservient, so suppressed that we allow them to operate this way. To just go along like this, put these proposals forward, act like it's not insane what they just did to all these children.
FIFA and the Board of Peace, united for football, committed to peace.
You know, if you were committed to peace, you wouldn't be involved with people who actively commit crimes in the antithetical to peace, who instigate and start wars, who call for wars, who desire wars, who enact visible supremacism over others, oppression, apartheid. You wouldn't be associating yourself at all with people who have just mass murdered hundreds of thousands of people, innocent people. You wouldn't associate yourself at all with people who have made children suffer terror for 2.5 years under constant carpet bombing. You wouldn't associate at all with people who have burned little girls and boys alive. Right? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of little girls and boys burned alive in their tents, which they were in because you made them refugees in their own fucking regions. You would not associate with people like that if you were at all committed to peace. And Western media and football associations like FIFA dance around it and say, we're neutral, we don't engage in politics. But what the fuck are you doing on the Board of Peace in the fucking first place if you don't engage in politics? If you're neutral? How are you associated with the Board of Peace in this initiative to rebuild Gaza, which you know was destroyed by Israel, who are the leading, one of the leading people on the Board of Peace? How could you possibly be so tone deaf or so brave in your evil that you think people wouldn't notice this or would just, well, they probably will, just shut the fuck up and let it happen? They probably will, because they let a genocide happen. They let children die and be bombed to pieces by Israel. It was all allowed. So maybe you just know. Maybe FIFA just knows that we're all too fucking dumb and docile to bother with them. Maybe we'll make some videos like what I'm doing now. But one day, FIFA will have its way. The fucking supremacists in the Orange Buffoons administration and him and the psychopaths leading Israel. Maybe they'll all have their way. And they'll get to see Ronaldo play at a football stadium in Gaza. And they can eat hot dogs and dance on the beach afterwards. Maybe. It looks more likely every day. But it's evil nonetheless. It's hate, it's bigotry, it's demonic, It's malice. True and true. It's to its core. It's malice. Absolute malevolence. I'll play the video in full for you now, because I know it's probably annoying when people play a video and cut it and then give their opinion. And so the full video, I'll just leave you with it.
In a world where conflict has silenced playgrounds and broken routines, there is one language that still unites hearts: football. A simple ball, a shared field, a reason to believe again. Today, FIFA and the Board of Peace come together to turn football into a bridge toward peace, dignity, and hope. Through this partnership, a complete football ecosystem will be created. FIFA and the Board of Peace will build football pitches, FIFA arenas, academies, and stadiums. This initiative will support the creation of leagues at youth, amateur, and regional level, strengthening community engagement both on and off the pitch. It will also generate diverse professional opportunities, supporting the development of local talent not only on the field, but across all areas that bring football to life. Football does more than create players and coaches. It rebuilds confidence, restores routine, reopens doors to education, teamwork, and belonging. Local communities take the lead. Parents, teachers, volunteers, youth leaders, all becoming part of a shared mission to heal, to rebuild, to move forward together. Around every pitch, new emotions and long-lasting memories emerge. Community matches, fan gatherings, youth education, and sport programs. New job opportunities appear to become coaches, players, sport doctors, administrators, events organizers. We will create football ecosystem with thousands of people to be involved and engaged constantly. Together, FIFA and the Board of Peace will build, in Gaza, 50 FIFA arena mini pitches, with a cost of around $50,000 per unit. This represents a $2.5 million investment. 5 full-size pitches in 5 different districts, at around $1 million per pitch. A FIFA academy with an estimated investment of $15 million. And a national stadium for 20,000 to 25,000 spectators, valued at around $50 million. These investments will create a complete football ecosystem designed to support communities and future generations. FIFA and the Board of Peace, united for football, committed to peace.